Red light on, shot going wild. Jake leans in, Cody cracks that smile. Stack cards scrolling on the screen, clips from the ramp, feels like a dream. New channel tag in the corner frame, same wild swings, brand new game. You feel that buzz in your chest right now, type it in the chat, let us hear that sound. From your couch to the studio air, we're all ringside here. Into somewhere, you say it back. Into somewhere, we're on the attack. From the first theme hit to the last big stare, we go live, live, live. Into somewhere. Shots cut, it's a fever dream. We hit pause on the replay, freeze. Did you catch that? Cody screams. Thumb on the phone, yeah, raise that sign. Drop your hot takes, we'll read your line. From that first bell ring to the post-show glare, you're right here in the chat. Into somewhere, you say it back. Into somewhere, we're on the attack. From the first theme hit to the last big stare, we go live, live, live. Into somewhere, into somewhere. Hey, Jake, did they stick that landing? Roll it back, we're all still standing. Hey, Cody, did they steal the night? Run it up, chat, you decide. You decide, gang. Into somewhere, you say it back. Into somewhere, we're on the attack. From the first theme hit to the last big stare, we go live, live, live. Into somewhere, into somewhere. Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah.
Jack on the mic, Liz in the chair. Into somewhere, we taking you there. Ayy, dynamite, Liz make the trip. Kimmy walk wrong files like she wet too crap. Betty King starting handshake, real as it gets. Moxley's theme still time to reset. Chance in the crowd, the pyro ignite. Liz caught the spark, yeah she lived that night. Into somewhere, we taking the dive. AEW talk, YouTube live. Jake and Liz, we bringing the flair. Catch us every week, we're going somewhere. Liz saw the ropes, the slams, the heat. Mox needs a track with a wilder beat. Violence, grit, he deserves a sound that hits like a forearm, taking them down. Post-show glow, Eddie's dap was gold. Stories we tell, worth their weight in bold. Jake got the questions, Liz got the tales. Into somewhere where the passion prevails. Who's next in line? Who's stealing the show? Who's got the belt and who's gotta go?
Let down. Cody's cracking one more joke. Chat's asking, is it worth it? Or are we watching mirrors and smoke? But we'll be live every weekend till the card feels brand new.
How the hell are we, ladies and gents? Hopefully everybody's doing well. Building into, of course, WrestleMania season. I'm very excited to be talking about AEW and TNA today, getting a little bit of a different theme going on, as we'll be talking WWE and WrestleMania 42 tonight, the anniversary of Cody joining Into Somewhere Weekly. Big special, we got 2K gameplay, the state of wrestling, whole day of content. But now, I bring to you the special guest of the hour, the one, the only. Bring it back now, It's Liz, y'all. DJ Anime 2016.
What's
How
up?
the hell are you? What's going on?
I'm good. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, chat.
So happy to have you here. And I apologize. It took us a little bit longer than intended to get this happening.
Well,
but we're here. It's connected.
it all works out in the end.
I'm not hospitalized, and we're connected with internet and all of the above. So that's
Well, the internet's
like
kind of an important thing, so you can't do anything without it. So
you would think so. It would be like, hey, you need this to connect. Yeah, every time I got a little bit forward. First, they screwed up my audio, Liz. They destroyed it. Then they went ahead and they broke my internet, and they tried to break me. But guess what?
I think you can blame that on Danhausen. So
I was going to blame Cody, but Danhausen
you
did
can blame
curse
Cody
us.
too. I mean,
Cody did curse us, but so did Danhausen.
Yeah,
Both are
somebody cursed
equally
y'all.
effective. Yeah, we know. We've been cursed for a long time. Mine since birth, but definitely a curse happening here. I mean, we hear it, we know it. We
Yeah, you know,
waiting
we got
for
Cody's anniversary, so
Indeed so. Jake Hausen knows. So glad to have you with us today, though, to go ahead and talk about both previewing AEW Revolution, and we're going to be going ahead and talking about your time last Thursday at TNA Impact Live. The celebs and stars came out in full force. Those you got to meet, all the fun you had, and how that's building towards their next PLE. So a lot to look forward to.
They're slowly building the next PLE.
Yeah. What did we just say? It begins with an S. Which one's coming up?
Sacrifice.
Sacrifice. I was going to say something, but I couldn't remember. It's nuts, and it's nuts. Oh, it's Sacrifice. Yeah, there we go.
Right.
Yeah. We've got a lot to discuss tonight, but you and I were kind of going off. I mean, neither one of us are huge Lesnar fans, and
No.
the backstage info coming out about him, he's saying, I did enough to put everybody else over at other times, and here's the problem. I'm not losing. He's like, he's talked to Heyman, and he's had Heyman communicate to others that no matter what he decides as far as who his opponent will be, he should not lose until his retirement match.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, whatever you say there, Lesnar. Lesnar put people over. Wow, you could have fooled me on that one.
When?
When?
How?
When did he do that?
He's like, well, I lost at War Games. I had my team was beaten at War Games.
Well, Cody beat him.
But what I'm saying is he had no effect on the outcome of the match. Like, he was so inconsequential to that. And his spot in the Rumble was so non-triumphant and kind of like the anti of excitement that he got eliminated during the Yeet break. And that was it. Yeah, everybody's still sleeping. It's bright and early. We're grabbing a cup of coffee. This will be one of those everybody joins for the replay kind of thing. We also didn't announce
that's all right.
it, so but
It's all good.
I'm very upset because I've never been a big Brock supporter, and I've been, you can't separate fact from fiction. It's never been in. It's just I've never seen the love and unanimous praise that he gets for his matches. Lesnar's always pissed all over everybody. That is
he always
favorite
looks like
fetish.
he's not happy anyways. So I'm just kind of like, bro.
Oh, he's working you. That's his character.
I mean, you come out to the ring, you do your little thing, and you're done. It's like, okay.
That's his character. He's working us. And it's like, no, it's more than that. He's not been, my issues always were he was taking spots with politicking. He was viewed as like, the guy, the attraction. And maybe he could have been, maybe he was, but to me, he wasn't.
Right.
His matches were rinse and repeat. Up until the Suplex City thing started, we ended up basically with a bunch of German suplexes and F5s. And before that, it wasn't exactly sprawling either, but he at least did a bit more before Suplex City. With this, it's just, that's all you get. Oh, what about his match with Bryan or AJ? It's the other guys that are putting on this amazing contest. Oh, well, he's had great bouts with, I'm not saying Lesnar's terrible. I'm just saying it doesn't interest me. We've had many big man, little guy, David and Goliath scenarios in the past that work out far better than what we got here. I've
Oh yeah.
never been crazy about Lesnar, and this is why. The selfishness, the real dilemmas in the back, the taking spots from others, and we've seen it time and time again. Is he a star? Sure. Is he a character and a main guy? Absolutely.
Yeah.
And allergies are terrible today. We got the season switching, and I'm both like
Yeah,
itchy and can't breathe.
yeah, I woke up this morning with a scratchy note. My nose is bugging me like crazy because the
The
stupid weather
throat,
down
the
here doesn't
itching.
want to doesn't want to stay a certain temperature. It's like, bro, can you
I
leak? Can you
know.
make up your mind? Mother Nature, I love you, but make up your mind.
Please, yeah, because you've had, Tornado Alley hunting you down, and then the next day it's
Well,
like,
yeah,
"Oh,
Tornado
I'm in
Alley's coming this
paradise."
way. It's like it's getting closer every year. It's like Tornado Alley just keeps moving closer to me, and I'm like, go back that other way.
Yes, just shoving it out. So, WrestleMania is in a very precarious state right now, and you see it, Forbes saying, "Why WrestleMania 42 is in a state of flux." And we know it. You've said it to me, behind the scenes personally. WWE is not good at changing initial plans. They can't bank on things and then have to, suddenly change. They're not good at
Well,
pivoting.
no, well, they should have had it. They should have had it in New Orleans where they were supposed to have it in the first place. But no.
They're not WWE anymore. It's TKO, and we need to
It's all
remember that.
TKO. It's all the TKO boys. It's like,
That's
well, we're going to
it.
go back to Vegas and charge everybody all this outrageous price for tickets.
TKO ruined it, and yeah,
And
Mother
then you wonder
Nature.
why the
No,
ticket sales are low. Gee, I don't know why.
but it's happening with everything. I mean, even the Impact you were at suffered from the TKO involvement because the tickets were
Yep.
not super priced by any means, but they were more than what they probably should have been and more than what they have been lately. TKO, anytime they get their hands on anything, they're jacking the price up.
I don't know.
And it's like,
The
we want to
TNA
play
tickets were
Jackbox and
actually
jack
TNA
off.
tickets were actually a whole lot more cheaper than a Raw ticket or a
Oh,
SmackDown
yeah,
ticket.
exponentially, like, there's gonna be that the dichotomy between the two. It's still TNA and WWE, but it's still more expensive than what TNA was even a couple weeks ago.
Probably.
And now that they're doing, it's the TV thing, and it's like, well, it's the same show we've been getting. And yeah, SmackDown coming up. Alvarez wanted to go to the Seattle show this past Monday, and for him and his 2 children to go, the very cheapest, and he has connections and whatnot, was like 600 something before fees. He's like, I'm so
That's
glad
a
I didn't go to see Seth play, Who Goose the Moose with a bunch of masked men.
It looked like the Foot Clan from the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, that and the Putty Rangers, Lord Zed was like,
Yeah. Yeah.
between the two of them, I mean,
I got a
that
friend going to
shows.
I got a friend going to SmackDown or streamer friend I was watching last night. And he's
Yeah.
like, I'm going to SmackDown Friday this coming Friday. I was like, and you're still in Canada right now? Okay. Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
you're
you need
not
to get
pushing
going.
it. You're not pushing it at all. You're just gonna show up and appear, but
No,
the
he has
build.
tickets. The thing is, he was supposed to fly out from Canada apparently yesterday, but his flight got canceled due to the ice storm that was going on up there. So,
Careful about mentioning ice. I know we get in trouble for that, but
yeah.
the weather. Gotcha. Yeah, because it's never mind weather, but they've just been canceling flights even when there aren't weather risks and whatnot, claiming as such. I don't know if it's due to under sales and they just don't have enough seats sold on the flight, so they're trying to consolidate it with delayed
I have
flights
no
and canceled
clue.
flights at
I
other
don't know.
times. But
It's just crazy that it's like one of my friends was like, who lives here. They're like, "You're not going to Mania?" I said, "No, it's in freaking Las Vegas. I ain't going to Vegas. Heck with that."
and Vegas used to be the travel destination. Flights were dirt cheap because they just
Oh, I
wanted to
could get
get
a
you
flight to
in the
Vegas. I
door.
mean, the local airport here has Allegiant, who officially now flies to Vegas from here,
Yes.
and I'm like, oh, well, that's great to know. The
And,
only
and with
problem
Allegiant
is,
Stadium being, it's right there. You get
the only
everything.
problem
So
is they only fly out 2 days a week, so it's like either Thursday or a Saturday or a Sunday. I'm like, well,
yeah,
if I went, I have to go Thursday to Thursday.
that
and
doesn't work for
a
either.
spend a whole week in Vegas, which I don't want to do.
Vegas used to be expensive, but everything else was accommodating. Flights, hotel, like unless you wanted to have like tip top room and dinners and food and all that. Travel to Vegas used to be astronomically cheap because, as I mentioned, they're targeting addicts and gambling, addicts
Yeah,
and things of that nature. They just need to get you in the door. They don't care
true
about
that.
They used to do it to my step-grandfather here at the local casino, where he would show up and they would comp rooms for him and be like, "Oh, if he pays for the room and we give him a little bit of a discount, he'll maybe spend a couple grand extra. But if we give him the same room, yeah, it might cost us a few $100s, but now he's gambling 4 grand a night instead of 500. He's not thinking conservatively because he feels like a VIP, and so they have these traps laid out, and you see people now not even able to go for it just because of how it's so outrageously overpriced. And for what you
Yeah,
used to be able to get
sure.
for travel to Vegas it's impossible to fathom. It's not happening. People already that live there saw Mania last year, so they're not coming out
Exactly.
to spend. Like, if I had Mania here again, of course I'd wanna go to Mania twice, but if I went last year and it's this expensive, obviously I'm not
Yeah,
going nuts to make it twice.
true.
I've never been, so it's a bucket list item for me, and I'm still not going crazy with it because it's not worth it. As much as I review wrestling, I talk wrestling, I love wrestling. If I had the throwaway money, I still wouldn't be doing it because it's so overpriced. We have
Yeah.
5 confirmed matches, as you said before. Everything is super predictable, and predictability is not a bad thing. But last year, even with the terrible main event with Cody and Cena, it wasn't bad because of them. It was the story, it was The Rock's involvement and Travis Scott and all of the outside
Oh,
turmoil that
yes.
took place. But they still didn't have to pivot, they didn't have to change. They had their plans in mind. And I don't want to sound like a hypocrite because I have begged for WWE to do just that for ages, where they can have a quick temporary champ, like a Finn Balor should have won in Ireland and lost it at the Chamber, like Drew having the title briefly. But what it does is, as much as I want to see those things, you have to pick and choose your moments, because now you're taking people who are massive fans of Cody and turning him against them, or turning them against him. We've seen it already a few years now, but Cody's been in that main event scene for WrestleMania 39, both nights of 40, one of 41, and again, we're going to get him in 42. So people already feel that kind of Nepo baby
Yeah.
pushed comments. Then you
Yeah,
throw
and then you got the
on,
people that, and then you got, and then you got the people that apparently bought bots to dislike the video. I was like, really?
yeah, I think a lot of that is BS
Really?
because we've seen things happen to me with that, where people have mass disliked videos and they've gone ahead and challenged things of that nature.
Yeah, the thing is, Cody has made invented, like, this will be, yeah, his what, fifth one? Fifth one, I guess, off the top of my
Yeah.
head. But how many of those has he actually won?
Yeah, I think just the one against, when
I mean,
when Cody
he
won the
beat,
title
he
and
came
finished the
back.
story.
His return match was against Seth Rollins.
He
He
did win
beat
that,
Seth,
but that
and
one,
then he
I'm
lost
saying
to
main events
Roman.
is 39, 40, 40, and 41. So he's got
He
4 main
lost to Roman.
events.
He lost to Roman in 39. He got pinned by The Rock in the first main event match in 40. Then he beat Roman, and then he lost to Cena. So, you know,
Yeah. And then what? We're going to go to Mania next year because it's always Riyadh season.
yay.
That should work out great for everybody. Like I said,
Oh yeah.
predictability, not a bad thing, but the story right now, they cannot pivot. WWE sucks at pivoting. It's so difficult, and for them that we've seen it. They've been struggling since Evolution, the second female, only
Hmm.
PLE they put
Yeah.
on, because they wanted Naomi to do something and they wanted Bianca Belair to do something.
Right.
Naomi was
Well,
pregnant. Bianca Belair still
Bianca's
injured.
been out for what, almost a year now?
Yeah, since Mania, and
Since
she's
Mania
got a
last year, because of her finger.
yeah. It sounds like
So
such a simple thing too, and I've said it before.
you'd think.
It's not the actual injury; it's what it can do and cause. Because she can't bend that finger, she risks injuring other people or breaking it again, snapping it off.
Yeah.
She has a lack of feeling in it already, so she just can't get cleared, and that's really unfortunate. I would like to go to Saudi and travel and go and take it all in, but I worry because I've said constructive things about the government, so you can't not bring that into consideration. But so WWE has had these plans, and what do? They always boil down to it being overthought, because Braun Breaker, Seth Rollins, Bianca, it's like, oh, we've got these injuries. Okay. But all of these other plans were laid at your feet, and instead you go for not the most common denominator or what makes the most sense, but it's like, what can we do to make us essentially the most money? Oh, Cody and Randy makes sense. It is a very big match, and that's why Cody politicked to have that match. And then you're hearing this, so people are getting more of an anti-Cody sentiment. Oh, he's pushing to be the champ
Well,
again.
Cody also pushed to lose the title to Drew back in when was that? WrestlePalooza?
Yes, in September, and again now he pushed, and people are thinking, oh, well, that was to protect his own ass, to look like, one, he's not unbeatable, and two, that he can't.
People
share the
are going to
title.
hate. I'm just to the point now where I'm just kind of like,
Yeah.
you know what? Whatever. It's like 1 minute you want you're excited for the guy, the next minute you want to hate on him. So it's like, okay.
Have your valid reasons. See, I don't want to hate on Cody, but I do understand the sentiment of like, okay, you're constantly in the main event scene. Not that you haven't earned it or deserved it, but the story is very dry right now. You and Randy are the only ones that truly have anything of substance
Hi,
on the
Kitty.
bone.
How are you?
There's she. And then nothing really to come of it to make exciting. And that again is the problem. So it's just more of Cody. It's more of like, it's not what we haven't gotten. And pretty much since WrestleMania 38, the story has been heel Roman with the bloodline. Even though he's a face now, it's still that it's bloodline Roman.
Is Roman actually a face though? Because I don't know.
That's been the story I've been asking for a long time. What are they doing? Why are they doing it? And how is it not happened sooner?
I don't know.
Roman's a
Everybody's
heel?
kind of like, well, is Roman an actual face? Because Punk's, I don't know.
Punk's right.
Punk,
He called out all of it, and everything he said about Roman is 110% correct.
Oh
He
yeah,
never
it's all
apologized.
true. It's like
He's
what he
not
said
here.
during that promo on Monday on Raw this past Monday. He was like, he told the Usos, he's like, I'm sorry that Roman has never apologized to y'all. Yeah.
I mean, think about it.
Has.
He didn't say it, but you and I both brought mention to the fact of the last time Roman said anything publicly to the Usos was, I don't want to see or talk to you until Christmas.
Exactly.
You failed me. You're an embarrassment. I don't care about you. And he's belittled them and put them down so long as they were there to elevate him, to keep him as champ. When I went back and actually checked, it was shocking to see that Roman never really looked strong. 1,000+ day reign. And he had to get the bloodline to have him keep the title. He retained because of Jimmy J, Solo.
Yeah.
Even at Mania, Solo Sikoa saved him the first time with Cody. Like, all these things have happened to protect Roman.
Yeah,
but it was never Roman cheating or being a badass.
He can't do it on his own.
No. And that seems to be his ultimate kryptonite. And then you look into the other side of it where it's like Cody is the ultimate baby face. He's such a good guy, but it doesn't come, it feels more disingenuous than that.
Cody, the way Cody worked, Cody can be a baby face, but then he can act kind of heelish as well. So,
yes.
I mean,
and that's the problem. The differential between how they present him, where he has this somewhat nefarious side. I don't want to say evil, but he does have that edge to him. But they present him as so infallible and so justified, and all he does it like Cody the face. He can do no wrong. And instead of being like, oh, he's been pushed and he's got to, get some of this edge back, they stick with that infallibility. He's perfect. Cody can do no wrong.
They push him like he's perfect. He's not perfect.
No. But they shouldn't treat him like he's perfect. He's a human being with flaws, and that would make him interesting. Treating him like he's perfect just presents him in such a way that the fans reject. No. Exactly. You've nailed it.
It just amazes me. It's like all these Cody people are like, oh well, now we don't like him because because Drew got screwed. Well, technically, Drew kind of screwed himself. So I'm just sorry.
Yet again, the thing here is like, oh, whether it's Cody's doing or not, another star, another talent it's like like I said, disingenuous. It made it look like, oh, Drew needs to win. I'm going to say Drew needs to win, but I'm only saying that because I know I'm going to get the title back. and I'm not losing my match at Mania. So Drew needs to win. Yeah, Drew, I'm not saying this is how it played out, but that's what it appears as. And then, of course, Drew has the belt. It's short-lived. Cody gets it back. And like you just said, to have more of that disingenuous state where it's Cody saying these things and doing these things, but it doesn't feel that way. He feels more heelish at times.
It's a lot of, to me, it's a lot of force. It's all this force. Everybody wants all this. It's just like the Jey Uso thing. Everybody wants to, everybody's cheering him. Now they're all hating all over him. So it's just like.
I would hope so. I would absolutely hope so. I don't know why it's playing back. It's not
all
for them.
Forced. I think it's a lot of forced hate.
Yeah. Drew needs to win. Drew needs to win, but really, he's not fighting for Drew. He's not. It was, because he knew it wasn't really a risk to Cody. So people see the politicking, and so that kind of rubs him the wrong way.
Well, the whole thing was with Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton. If he had done Drew and Orton, would that have been a draw? That's the thing.
Yeah, because he's really. Yeah.
Did you see what the original plan was for Drew and Cody? They were going to do a Hell in a Cell match at Mania with Drew and Cody.
I prefer that idea if they didn't. It's just, here's the thing again with Cody. He's so infallible and so right and so correct, but he also doesn't really he gets beat up and he gets beat down, but it's always a disadvantage. It's not someone being stronger or better than him legitimately. There's always some nefarious means to which that is being transpired and occurs. Drew has to get outside interference. There has to be cheating. There has to be weapons. No one, not even Cena. He needed Travis Scott and interferences and can look stronger than Cody. And it kind of has that Triple H feel to it, which is really not a good thing. People are unable to, because why? What do we see with Cody with this? Where's the evidence that backs it up? Well, look at how Drew was handled. Drew could not beat Cody at all. Cody dominated Drew, decimated him, destroyed him, dicked him down. Any other D's we can add in here? It was diabolical. It was dastardly. He destroyed Drew time and time again. How did Drew win the belt? He fell out of a cage, right?
Yeah, he didn't pin him.
He didn't pin him. He didn't make him tap. He just crawled out of a cage because Jacob held Cody back. And then Cody, first chance he gets that belt back. Damn allergies. Gets that belt back. Done for. And so again, Cody cannot look less than or be, or it has that Dwayne Johnson feel to it, kind of. He's making it appear like he's putting people over. We need to support Drew, but you're not doing it. You're not making Drew should be defending the title at Mania. He's earned this. He's deserved it. The Hell in a Cell idea, I don't know why they didn't do the multi-man Hell in a Cell match. They haven't had one of those, like the Armageddon six-pack type idea. For all the people involved with Jacob and with Drew and with Cody and with,
I need to go. Okay.
Time for his snack. That's why he's waiting.
No, he's already got his snack. I just picked him up to give him some pets.
Milo got some bling too. He's got a new ice chain apparently to wear. It's got all diamonds on it, so.
Oh boy. He's got the bling bling on.
Got the bling bling. So yeah, that's where I say with all this. We'll go further in detail with all of it tonight, but I'm just upset. Roman's going to be at the 316 edition of Raw. Then he'll be there at Boston. Oh hell no. And then he'll be there the New York show before Mania, and that's it. We won't get him again until the Monday before Mania in Sacramento, or Monday after in Sacramento. Like that's it. See the OTC live.
That doesn't surprise me at all because I was like, well, we all know that Roman's not going to be at every Raw, and we all know that Punk's going to have to carry the goddamn the thing. It's like,
Rollins is an archetype all to his own. I mean, what are they telling people? Oh, well, anybody can jump the barricade, anybody that's wearing a mask. Like, I'm shocked that fans there didn't throw on a mask to get involved with stuff like this. Like, there's got to
Yeah,
be
I know, right?
somebody there that's going to be like, oh, because how are they going to, like, WWE? It's chaos, and it's not fun or like, oh, this is so cool. You're making everybody be a lookalike, and it's not to get over it all. Like, what is the point? Why is Seth running from the Vision? Why is Seth ducking from them? They don't have the
I don't
power
know. I mean,
advantage.
Seth
They don't
hasn't
have
said
the
a
number
word. Seth
advantage.
hasn't even said a word at all. He
No.
hasn't talked at all. It's like,
Seth
what are
has
you doing?
50 masked men with him, and all we have left is Logan and Austin. That's it. What are you running away from? Why are you hiding? Why are you, assimilating into the Putty Rangers to go ahead and hide your identity? Why are you? I could see when it was all 5 or 6 or 20 on 1 and Lesnar's there and they got a shotgun aimed at you. Yeah, that's not a great scenario. They're trying to tell him that, hey, we got a bullet with your name on it. I don't know. That might be too far, but still, Seth is dodging him left and right. But for what? Why?
I don't know.
And that's another huge highlight. So we don't know who Seth's facing. Is it going to be Lesnar? Is it going to be Braun Breaker? Is it going to be one of the? We don't know. And again, LA Knight takes off in an ambulance with Paul Heyman. We have no follow-up. We don't see him driving Paul around throughout the middle of the night or great moment.
I don't
hilarious.
know what the hell's all about. I was kind of like, oh, LA Knight's in the ambulance. Okay, okay.
Immediately, you and I both said the exact same thing, that it felt like an Attitude Era opening. All the chaos and all of the awesomeness of it all. I was
chaos.
hyped for
it's
it.
Like you had Knight taking Paul out for the ambulance. You had Jimmy Uso coming out and beating the crap out of Austin Theory, and I'm just like, what the heck is going on?
Jay is injured, so we don't know what happened to him. He got taken out.
Yeah,
and
we don't know who
chamber.
took him. We don't know who took him out. So
we got everybody beat up. Who did it? I don't know.
Yeah.
But I do know that
either.
he was fine as of 24 hours after that. So really silly, but that's the problem. They're not sticking to their stories. There's not many.
Are we going to
payoffs.
are we getting the Vision versus the Usos at Mania for the tag titles? I don't know.
I don't know. And is that even a worthwhile match? I mean, Julia should have this huge ascension here. She was supposed to be bigger than Stephanie Vakikakor, and that never happened because of how it played out in NXT. People were just enamored by La Primera, and it worked out in her favor.
What's Val going to do now that he's out of the Judgment Day finally? Thank God.
Right?
So.
Is it just so? I'm happy that Penta won the title, but it didn't need to happen yet because so Balor gets kicked out, and him and we're gonna get the whole match probably at Mania. All right, and it's all of Judgment Day and Dom taking on Balor. So already the numbers advantage feels weird, and that whole thing is a mess. Liv was replaced by Roxanne. They don't care. Raquel got eliminated multiple times and taken out of title contention because of Liv. She doesn't care. Dom's been screwed over by everybody. He's not really doing anything. And then finally, after 4 years of this back and forth, they kick out Balor. And even though it's his group, he's the leader. And at least if Dom was still champ and Balor was like, oh, I'll take the title from you. And Dom didn't really get any type of comeuppance because Finn wasn't entirely involved in the outcome of him losing the title. All he did was stop the hammer from being used, but it could have been anybody, any distraction.
True.
And they're trying to play up on the curse thing too. Penta only had a week to build up this amazing IC title feud that was going to go ahead and revolutionize his character before Mania. So he gets the belt, and what big feud is Penta headed into that he needed the belt right now, as where Dom and Finn should be fighting. Last year at Mania, Dom won the IC title by pinning Finn Balor. Finn turns good.
Yeah.
Why would Finn not face him for the IC title this year at Mania?
Hey, you never. I don't know what they're going to be doing with any of the titles nowadays. I'm just kind of like, I could
Any
make
of the
Mania a
titles?
whole lot more exciting than what they're doing right now.
Judgment Day, like I said, the stuff with Julia and then Rhea.
I mean, you could have if Penta didn't win the IC title, you could have done Dom versus Penta versus Finn for the IC title.
Yep, could have done mixed tag matches too if you wanted to throw it in there. Like there were ways to have things Dom and Liv.
And why are they doing the AJ Lee and Bailey match on Raw and not at Mania? I was like, what are you doing?
It seems like maybe the plan is to let AJ Lee lose the title to Bailey, and then Bailey can take on Lyra at Mania since Bailey lost her Mania match last year. I've heard that AJ Lee might not be at Mania.
To be honest, I'd rather see AJ Lee versus Bailey at Mania, but okay, however.
Wouldn't we all? And people are like, oh, this dream match scenario, because they never really faced each other.
No.
It's all of it is just people like, oh, you're
and
just
you got
complaining.
Carmelo Hayes and his US title.
Critical too. Like everybody's down on this. And then anybody that's supporting it is just like, oh, you're negative. It's because you didn't get what you wanted. And I'm like, wrong game. No, nobody wants to play that.
No, we don't want to play that game. I mean, yeah, Cody won the title back from Drew. I was like, okay, now we're going Cody versus Randy. Okay, how are you going to make this? You got to figure out how you're going to do this because Randy and Cody,
Give me a hell yeah!
Have so much history with each other. It's not even funny. So
And that's why I like Legacy, like it's not a bad idea, but they're not playing up on any of that yet. I mean, it just happened. They have time, but this probably should have been their main pushing point to begin with instead of having
there's been kind of things going on over the last couple of years with Randy and Cody because Randy's always been like, I'm coming after that title. He kept eyeballing that title a lot. I'm like, they kept teasing it. I was like, quit teasing it.
And now we get to the point of it being where it's an emergency podcast like Sam Roberts has. We got to report that it's bullshit, Like we got Cody busting on us. Stop being negative for you and I. # fire Liz.
Oh, well, we could be negative every once in a while. We could do that.
And there are other things going on that are good, but nothing's like great right now. AEW has a few things that are good, but there's a lot of problems.
The only thing good right now is Danhausen going around cursing everybody.
NXT I really enjoy, but even that has a few cracks because of a few cracks and chinks.
And don't ask me what they're doing in NXT right now. I watched NXT last night. I was like going, what the heck are y'all doing?
The floating hand. I don't know either, and a lot of it, it is just with just how they've handled it, and
it's kind of funny that Danhausen's T-shirt is the most top seller in WWE shop right now.
Like I said, I don't think he got booed for him. I think it was just this is all we're getting because they initially cheered when he did get the reveal of his name on the screen and he walked out through the coffin. Had they just shown a coffin instead of a box for weeks, because it was already, people guessed Danhausen. It wasn't like they had no idea, but they just had more people hyped up. Now they're dropping, it was the learning tree this week. The week before it was the list. I think they just booed the box reveal, not Danhausen.
The Chris Jericho name drop, things. I'm like going, gee, are you telling me Jericho's coming back at Mania?
Then you get the crowd. You just made the list. They're like,
yeah, I know, right?
Everybody's excited. Emergency podcast. They said the line.
He said the line.
They said the line. The learning tree. And it's like
that was. I tell you one thing. The learning tree. That was the most dumbest thing I've ever seen. I was like, what the hell is this shit?
For you to snap, we knew it was bad. And that, with even the golden apple or whatever he was, the bounty hunter, Keith,
the bad apple or whatever the hell
bad apple, was. It was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. And there's just questions in every promotion. Nothing's ever going to be 110%. We know that. But NXT, at least some things are firing. Like the main event stuff right now, JC, Soul, Zarya, that's good. Did it take a long time for them to break up? Sure. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Going to be a really fun match and feud. Sign me up. Yep. That's good. Then we work on to the men's. You got, Ethan Page against Joe Hendry, and Tony D is also throwing his name there.
Oh, good old Tony D. He comes out there, Mr. Guy with a pretty good entrance music all of a sudden. So
love it. Love that theme. So perfect. The way the lights come down and then it all just swirls, and it's a great entrance. And the fact
he comes out there and is like, okay, I'm going to come after your title. All right, cool. Awesome. Let's go.
He's getting better at, unlike me, using, less is more, less words, and being more concise. He's getting himself to be like, hey, I'm winning the title. And that's all he needs to say, and it works really effectively. Funny enough, WWE removed the NXT segment from social media about the Ricky Saints Absolute Experience. Apparently,
Thank
people
God.
felt like it was too long and it failed to create an impact. It wasn't great, but it was good. You could just tell it went a little too long. But people said it compared too much to The Rock.
My poor ears could not take it. Couldn't take much more of that. I was like, oh my God, please shut up.
But that was the desired intended effect. I did like it. I was entertained. It made you want to see Joe Hendry whoop his ass even more so. That really was the ultimate payoff.
Yeah, I was kind of like going, I was like, come on, Joe Hendry. I know you're there.
Yes, and they telegraphed it a bit too much with the stagehand being masked.
Obviously,
and
the
coming in and
stagehand
out.
was Joe Hendry.
Yeah, so we knew that was happening, Mr. Milo. But like the Yeet Lover himself said, there was too many jabroni and things like that. So he had a lot of comparisons to The Rock. Now, he was doing it intentionally because everything about that entire sequence was sarcasm through and through.
Yeah.
He was trying to be, this is what you guys think of me. So he kept doing the Rock lines. And, this is what we think is funny when Joe Hendry puts somebody's face on the screen.
Ricky Saints' thing reminds me of what they did on the TNA thing I went to, where they had Frankie Kazarian come out with his little microphone and his little thing. And I was like, what are we doing here? Is Joe Hendry showing up?
Right?
He comes out there with his little microphone and and he's like,
ready to cut
and then
a podcast.
you have Elias come out there, or Elijah, whatever his name is. Elijah. Yeah. And every time he would talk, you'd hear the strum of the guitar. And I was just like, oh my God.
So we've got, quite a bit with Saints and him with the Rock comparisons, and not more than just the jabroni stuff either. He's doing a Rock concert. He's, putting on. So I get why, but that was literally the point. It was like a 4D chess move here because he was like, this is all you guys think of me. This is what. So he just went into it full bore, but I guess he went too hard into the sarcasm department and people didn't understand. We've got a lot of WWE stuff to discuss tonight and more on WrestleMania 42. Please check that out. We're just having a coffee hangout at this point, but I do want to first start off and discuss your trip to TNA. Yeah, I know.
You know,
you went to Impact last week.
It was my first trip to a TNA show. Period. Never been to one at all. And same thing with my brother. Same thing with my friend who went with us. He's never been to. So we're all three never been to a TNA show. So.
See, TNA is really good about the shows and the way they put them on. They give you a really good variety. So typically you get enough of everything that you're like, oh, cool. I feel like
it's kind of funny. Our seat, the way our seats are actually at, I wasn't expecting them to be on the actual floor, so to speak.
Yeah.
So when we were looking for our seats, we were thinking we were going to be in an actual higher up area, and we kept going down, and they're like, "Oh no, you're down here on the second row in these little tiny little riser. This tiny little riser, they call it a riser, is more like on the floor, so to speak." And I was like, "Oh, we're this close. Okay, I'll take this." Sure.
Yeah, no kidding. So you didn't know that the floor? Wait, rewind. You didn't know the floor seats you got were floor seats?
They weren't. No, because when I went the thing is, when I ordered the tickets, when I'm looking at the map, I'm looking at the sections, and I'm like, okay, that looks good.
Yeah, because they usually have it roped off for that section where it's like that's the floor, and then this is still stadium seating. Yeah, I get your point.
No, the way that area looks, it's like it's like section 113, and what they did, they put these riser seats, this riser thing down, and put chairs on top of it, and it's this really thin. It was a really thin thing, so technically, I would consider that a floor seat, not an actual section.
I would too, but That's really cool how they do that. Like I'm saying,
Oh, you're
typically,
showing you're showing the Hardy video upside down because I had
yes,
to
I
edit
know
that.
they went ahead and when I put it right side up, it flips. We'll get into the videos shortly. See if we got it upside down for the other ones, but
There you go.
we'll get into those as we go
I
through.
tell
But
you one thing: when the Hardy music hit, that was a lot. They had the loudest, probably loudest pop of the night. As soon as their music
how could
hit,
they
it
not?
was just like you would think there's 1,000 more. There was like thousands and thousands of people in that arena in that area because that thing everybody just went whoa.
Damn
was like,
straight. I mean, it's the Hardy Boys, and how could you not right away just be pumped with these guys? They know how to get a crowd going. The unfortunate thing is, again, with finances, and TNA has been affected by TKO. I've discussed this with a few venue staff as well as both interns and a few lowly office people that are in that position. And they've said that since the recent TKO involvement, we've seen that it's gone ahead and become an issue where they're charging a pretty gross amount for meet and greets and tickets and stuff like that now, as to where TNA was
yeah,
considered
the meet and greet.
affordable
Yeah,
before.
yeah, the meet and greet. I paid $60 to meet Santana. So
Which is about on par nowadays with the way they do it with WWE World. I think it is very, very heinously ridiculous. And this
well, I'll
is
tell you one thing: the
you
Hardy
said the
Boy, the
tickets were
Hardy
good
Boys
price
meet and
too,
greet was
and
a
it
whole lot
looks
more
dry.
money. So,
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like they know what they're getting. They know what audience they could be bringing in. And instead, I mean, you even said tickets were more reasonably priced, but they're still expensive for a TNA live show where it's not a PLE, it is live TV, but you figure that place should be close to sold out, you know?
you
But
think
instead of selling more tickets at a cheaper price, they're like, "Oh, we'll charge more with these things and let people basically, figure the rest out."
Mustafa Ali?
Love him in order for here. He's one of my favorites. I'm glad that he resigned because I don't think anybody else would let him be who he is and at that level. We'd probably get more
He
him as a
comes out. He
hacker.
comes out with all his secret agent guys. I was like, oh god, here we go.
All the order for. I love it. Works out well. I am genuinely a huge mark for him, and the matches he puts on live are incredible. I know you said you had a great time with
Oh
him
yeah, he wrestled
wrestling.
that was the match he wrestled BD. Yeah, it was BDE and him in that match.
I mean, what a match to get. BDE taking on, Ali is going to be special no matter what. We'll go through the whole
I'd say
card
one
in a
thing: that
minute.
Agent Zero guy, the guy in the very back there, the big guy in the back, he's tall.
Yes, we're actually got to talk to him at some point. I fortunately, dropped the ball on
Look
that
how
one a little
tall he
bit,
is
but
compared to Ali there.
massive. We got a chance to talk to him, and Paul knows him as a local talent, so definitely want to reach out to him at some point and speak because he is a big sumbitch, and it doesn't appear so until you see him in person. But
Oh no! Until you see him up close and personal, up close, it's like you're a tall guy.
yeah, I'd love
Oh
to
look,
talk
there's
to
Jeff
him.
Hardy beating Brian Myers.
Can't go wrong there. Good old
And then,
Hardy's
the,
still at it, still doing
and
it
then the
strong.
brawl ensues, and then they start brawling right in front of us. And of course, I didn't get any video of that because it happened so quickly. I was like, all of
Yeah.
a sudden, here they all come, and I'm like, holy shit!
Here they come. They're busting out and breaking out. I just would love to see that place sold out for them, for the wrestlers, for for everybody. So then you get the loud experience that you deserve.
It's a nice venue. That venue,
It's really nice.
that's a very nice little venue they had that at too.
The last time I had seen a TNA show and they had done very well, and they were still, I think they were on Twitch at that point. It was like 2017, but they had family
Yeah.
packs. You buy one ticket, you get 3 free if you're coming with kids and all that kind of stuff. So it was packed with families, but it worked out so well that from top to bottom, they had everybody involved, and it just
Hey,
looked,
look, Buff Bagwell made an
Buff
appearance. I was not
Bagwell.
expecting that.
And no, that's awesome. Buff the stuff. I've always been a big Buff fan too. He's just one of those guys.
He
paid his
actually
penance.
wants to. He actually wants to wrestle. He actually wants to try to wrestle one more time.
I know. I don't blame him because he never really got that big send off. And of all people, I mean, he redeemed himself in many ways and has gone on to try and fix things and help people and right
I
some
actually met
wrongs.
him.
So
I actually met him in person at a convention one time. Uh, been many years ago now. So
ages ago, it makes you feel like, but yeah, he's always been so polite and very good to the fans. He knew
he's a
where
pretty
he
cool dude
stood.
in person.
I hated how that initial WCW match was viewed and they got themselves they got themselves,
Yeah,
just screwed
yeah,
over with that. It wasn't their doing. You presented WCW as the enemy the entire time. Now you buy
yeah.
them and the next week you're like, "Oh, by the way, we're making the main event WCW." Even I at the time who was smarter to the product than most was like, "The fuck?
Mhm.
Are you kidding me?" I almost
Right.
skipped out, and then you got Stone Cold and people attacking afterwards, and
Yeah,
it's like, "Oh, all
the
right."
way our seats were during that TNA event, you see that walkway that people kept
Mm,
walking in front of us. And there
yes.
was a curtain. There when we sat down, I looked over to my right, and there's this curtain, and I'm like, "Huh, I wonder what's behind the curtain." And of course, I didn't. That's where the Hardys and all of them started brawling, and they all went through that
Ah,
curtain
so,
to
yeah,
exit.
that's
And
their spot.
and of
Isn't that
course,
where somebody waved to you?
Lillian Garcia was there. I
Very
was
cool.
like, "Huh?"
Can't go wrong with that.
She kept walking in front of us a lot to go to the back and whatnot. And then they brought out ODB. She came out from behind the curtain, and then Indy
Yeah.
Hartwell came out from the curtain. And I'm just
That's what it
like,
was. Indy came out and waved to you off to the side. That was
Indy
cool.
waved to us. As ODB was leaving after she did her thing, she was coming back to the curtain, and she gave everybody high fives. So.
Very cool.
And then of
Can't go
course I got a
wrong with
high five.
that.
And then after the show, Nick Nemeth was headed to where he was supposed to be signing. Apparently, I didn't know he was even signing autographs. Um,
Yeah.
he was coming through and high fiving everybody as he was coming through. So.
Yeah. And $60 for, Santana to meet 100 and what, 20 or 160 for the Hardys? How much was it exactly?
160 for the Hardys.
I mean, that's highway robbery. And I love the
Oh,
Hardys, so do you, but
you should have seen the line. You should have seen the line for the Hardys.
now
Oh my God.
I got to work, as you know, all those years ago. Was it
Yeah.
2017? As security for
Hmm.
the Hardy Boys for a couple of shows, and we did it for the local wrestling. And I worked that night. JD didn't even have a pass. That's how he got deleted because I just put him in at the end of the line and was like, "Yeah, he paid."
Yeah, he
And
paid. Yeah.
we got him in there, and then we filmed the deletion for him. That went viral. That was so cool. But we go
I
ahead
remember
and
that video.
yeah, they stayed in character the entire time, but they had a line of fans. They were supposed to be doing signings for a little over an hour. They did it for
Yeah.
close to 5. It was like 4.5
Yeah.
hours that they signed. They
Yeah, the thing is,
didn't
I think
leave.
Friday night show was not as long, apparently. The
Yes.
tapings they did on the Friday night show in Atlanta was not as long as the one we went to. But apparently the Hardys signed for like 3 to 4 hours or longer on Friday night compared to Thursday night.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
And
But their line
that's
was massively long because when the show was over, we left like soon after, well, real close to when they ended the show to get in line. We were like the third or fourth person in line to see Santana, whereas the Hardys had this massive, gigantic line. You know,
I believe it. I mean, the Hardys are just desired by everybody for a reason. They've been around so long and so much, and they
I wish
certainly
Leon Slater would have been one of the
they've
persons I
earned
could
it.
have gotten because he was on Friday night show. He was a meet and greet for Friday, which I couldn't do. So I can only do one. So.
Yeah, Jeff Harvey was only $20. That would have been, the Hardys more expensive, but Jeff Harvey much cheaper. See, you could have gotten how much for
Yeah.
Senor Benjamin? Now we're talking.
Yeah,
That's
it's kind of funny because I've never seen like it's like all the wrestlers are just walking past us, and I'm like, hey, look, there goes ODB, there goes Indy Hartwell. I was like, what?
exactly.
Wait.
They're all just cruising by. Wait, what'd you call me? And ODB.
And then of course
making the-
Santana, Santana comes down through the crowd, like not too far away from us as it is, and he comes down through the crowd and does his thing, and of course Santino Marella came out and did his thing,
The executive and the man in charge of the hour. He's always
and
funny
then Leon
entertaining.
Slater and Nick Nemeth was the main event match of the live show. So
How long until we get the one and only Santino and Danhausen,
oh God.
right?
Leon Slater, I tell you one thing, Leon Slater pulled off the Styles clash against Nemeth, and the AJ Styles chants were very loud after that was over, after that move.
I believe it. All right,
But
change
it was
that to a
good.
flashy wrestling font AI. Leon, one of Heath's kids. No one even knew it. I got
Yeah, you see the
kids.
security. These two security guards in that picture there. I was like, why are these daggum security guards blocking my view? And
Oh
now
my
I know
God.
why, because that's when the brawl. Then they started brawling, and those two security guys had to break everybody up, so to
Yeah.
speak.
To put it lightly. But yeah, when we went to SmackDown all those moons ago, it was infuriating because every time we were trying to get, even just to see regularly, they were in the goddamn way. And there was these two security guards and a cameraman that just stood in front of us the entire time. So, and then they had two guys, I kid you not, two older guys that you thought they were like there to watch the show. But no, one had a blue shirt on, one had a black shirt on. And they leaned over the railing in front of us. And so we had security in front of the barricade, sitting in front of us in folding chairs. And then, so they just blocked the view of the ring. So I was like, oh my God, closest I'm ever sitting. We've got this great view. And this is what we get for it. I was like, you've really, really got to be kidding. Like,
and the thing is, also during the TNA show, it's like you had like,
you can see him right here, the guy in black and then this guy in
Oh,
blue.
yeah.
They're both security there. So Zelina's trying to take down people in front, but you got the camera guy that's right here. Then you've got people squatting right here. That's security and cameras.
right?
And Ray does that huge dive, but that's just a fan there, obviously. But now you got the camera guys and all that, and then you got security blocking it off down here. So you that's them in front of us again. So it's just like, how do we see? How do we make this work?
It's kind of funny because during the TNA show, during the live show, the hometown man guy, oh God, this hometown man. I tell you one thing. He comes out there and he gets beat up by AJ Francis. AJ Francis picks him up literally, and there's all these extra people just standing around in this open area, and I was like, oh yeah, these are definitely plants, obviously. So he literally slams him into all these guys, and I was like, that's what they were there for.
You knew. That's the local talent. You know what they're there for. You knew it was happening. So you got the Hardys taking on Sinner and Saint. Indy
Now
Hartwell.
I didn't see this Hardys versus Sinner and Saint. That was Friday night's tapings. So
gotcha. So you got what, Mr. Elegance, and no, that's what's coming up. So you got for March 12th, that's coming up tomorrow. You got some
whatever's on March 12th was taped on was for Friday's show. Was on Friday night.
Yeah, so that's
what I got at
on
the
Thursday
thing. I
was
don't
live.
see. The thing is, they never announced when any of this was going to show, except for the last 2 hours of the show where the actual live show, and then the first 2 hours were for something called TNA Explosion, which I don't even know anything about.
Apparently, it's something to do with TNA Plus and the app. So,
and then they did a couple of matches probably that are going to be on not this Thursday show, but probably the next Thursday show. I don't know.
Yeah, because you had Ariana Grace, and she took on what, Jody Threat.
Jody Threat. He had the Hardy. Jeff Hardy took on. It was at the beginning. Let's see. Jeff Hardy took on Brian Myers, and then they had a brawl, and then you had BDE and Ali. I don't know if that was going to be on TV or if that's going to be on Explosion. They never specified what was going to be on what. So
I didn't see, because they had the Nick Namath and Leon Slater.
That was
Grace
on
and
the
Jody
live
Threat.
show this past Thursday.
Yeah. I'm saying for that actual night for what was live. Then you had the System and the Righteous and BDE and Rich Swann versus Sinner and Saint. That was a 4-team tag team match.
Yep.
Elena Black and Mara Sade, which was a good match. Mara looked more impressive than Elena, surprisingly.
That was a good match. Yeah, that was on the live show.
You mentioned
Anything
already
from the 9
Kazarian
o'clock,
and
from the 9
Elijah.
o'clock to 11 o'clock was all on AMC.
The Elegance brand, you got Moose, and then you got Santana following up on all the chaos. So that was everything you saw live. As far as what's been taped and what you're going to see from that coming up, I had it queued up here before. Let me see really quick, because I was a bit, like you said, you were confused too, because some of the stuff happened on Friday, but other things were indeed taped as well.
It's like the it's like the Hardy Boys versus the Sinner and Saint. That was all taped on the Friday show. And then they did a street fight with Moose and somebody from the System. They did an Atlanta street fight on the Friday taping, along with whatever else they did on Friday. I don't even know what they did on Friday. So
forget top dollar, it's bottom change. Bottom dollar, it's bottom change. So
AJ Francis. It was AJ Francis versus Elijah, probably.
Yes, Buff Bagwell interviewed on the stage asking fans for his forgiveness, for his behavior. And then he said if the fans got behind him, he wants to walk to the ring and wrestle, like you said. The System attacked until the Righteous made the save, and this left Bear Bronson in the ring with Jeff Hardy and Brian Myers, who went straight into Moose versus Bear Bronson. Moose defeated Bear Bronson. So then what they set up, again, was Leon Slater cutting a promo about Eric Young. Elena Black is eventually going to face Jada Stone and beat her, but that was for the weekend stuff.
Yeah, Leon Slater. The thing is, after Leon Slater beat Nick Nemeth, which he beat Nick Nemeth, and then Eric Young came out and attacked him after the thing. Then of course, on Friday they did the Leon Slater cutting a promo on Eric Young.
Like you said, the man that'll never leave. So that works.
The man that never wants to go away.
All in all, though, it seems like you had a damn good time for everything that they gave you.
They actually had merch. They actually had merchandise at their show.
Surprising. I'm
not talking like a little bit of merch. They had a whole section of a merch area. It's like they had a lot of merch to look at.
They usually have nothing, if at all, anything. So very, very funny to have that come through. And you're not exaggerating, because when I've seen TNA before, they bring nothing with them usually for merchandise. Years ago,
they had three tables set up, and they had all their merch, and they had pretty much they had t-shirts, hats, calendars, all kinds of stuff. So
damn. Can't beat that at all. So,
and it was all actually reasonably priced.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. At least they don't, gouge you and price gouge you.
You saw what I got there.
You got the Hardys, Leon Slater. You got the calendar. That's awesome. And then you got this great photo. I mean, that's such a great photo with Mike. Love it. Looking strong and fierce.
I got a Hardy Boy shirt, a Leon Slater shirt, the new Hardy Boy necklace, and the calendar, and it was like $120 for all that.
Can't beat that. Especially considering what WWE is charging nowadays for certain things. Speaking of expensive, AEW Revolution is this weekend, and they're not doing terrible for tickets, but they're not great either. I hope it improves. But from what I've last seen, it's been okay. Obviously the PLE or pay-per-view for the AEW is this Sunday, 4 p.m. It's starting, so it'll be 7 p.m. Eastern for us. It's in LA, and I saw tickets starting at $33.
Dang.
Yeah, and not terrible tickets. Right here, they have section 314. You can get up to 9 tickets. That's row 12. So, I mean, you're in the back of the arena. It's not a great seat by any means, but for $50, you are there. And where that's not happening in many other places,
Exactly.
If I go ahead and like right here,
Good old
$53.
SeatGeek. I love
That's
SeatGeek.
yeah, and this is including fees as well. So it's
Yeah.
a $35 ticket is right there. So you're not doing terrible when you look at it. There's the ring, you're up here, and the crypto.com arena is not massive, so you can see from virtually anywhere. But this is with fees included. So if you look all the way around, if you're gonna spend 53, you might as well spend, like 54 and go over here. That seems to be a better seat anyways with the angle. And 56 over here, 64, you're even closer. I'm sure you will find things, but that place is not as huge as some of the others. You're not going to need
Michigan,
big
where you going?
binoculars.
Come back.
I was all the way in the very top when we got included for Grand Slam with AEW at Arthur Ashe. Arthur Ashe is a good size too, and we could still see well with 20,000 people cramming
Right.
that place. So this is
Well,
about
I mean,
that
it's like,
size.
and of course, SeatGeek is the way to go when you want to look for tickets, because
Yeah, a
it's
lot
a
of
lot
people say
cheaper.
that. I've used like prepay things, so I've had to go through Ticketmaster. I do appreciate
Yeah.
that. They've sold 10,000 tickets as of right now. They're set up for 10,831, and they've sold 10,100. So my
Not bad.
initial sight and reporting of it was, oh shit, are we gonna get I thought because people are like, oh, it's a sellout, but really the arena holds that much more.
Right.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
I
I don't
initially
know.
saw
It's
it
just like,
as
I use SeatGeek for everything except for my TNA tickets. My TNA tickets, I actually had to go through. I went through Ticketmaster for those, but they were still not still not that expensive.
the
But
arena
for
holds 20,000. It's like 19,067. So they sold 10K. That's why I was like, oh, it's only half sold. Tickets don't look great. Now they're only set up for 10K, so they're calling it a sellout, which isn't
uh,
wrong. WWE does the same thing, but it's
yeah,
not an official sellout, as you know.
I mean, I just bought baseball tickets off of SeatGeek for a ball game. So I mean,
Yes.
that's where I get all my tickets.
Can't go wrong. So for AEW Revolution, we've got obviously their kickoff show, and that will go ahead and have 2 matches as of right now. We've got Big Boom AJ, the one and only, Boom, the Costco
Yeah, the boom,
guys.
boom, boom. Yeah, yeah.
Boom, boom.
Boom, boom, boom.
I love when I think it was Jimmy Fallon had no time for their shit. They were heading into the last AEW when they were in Jersey, and they're like, yeah, we're doing all this stuff, and Jimmy's just like, they're like, yeah, we give this 5 booms, and they're like, boom, boom, and then he cuts them off, and he's like, and then
Yeah.
people were so mad that he cut off the 4 other booms. He's like, I got it, yeah, you
Yep.
guys are great. All right, let's go.
You're good.
Let's get back. Whoever
Yep.
faces AJ is going to lose. It's going to be another QT Marshall scenario.
Oh, joy.
Some jobber to be beaten. It's a silly match and a silly point that doesn't really need a prediction. Skip. Ricochet is taking on all to be announced contenders. Because speaking of poker and blackjack, we got the Blackjack Battle Royal for the AEW National Championship. Totally forgot he even had this belt, that it was the national title that he was holding. We had Yeet Geek. Then I tried to subscribe to Feet Geek, and now we've got Seat Yeet. So they actually get you a seat that they eat you from. It's terrible. But, Ricochet's going to retain. Whoever comes through, he's going to find some nefarious means to overcome the odds. He'll cheat, he'll steal, he'll lie, he'll do what he needs to retain, though. It's a battle royal. People will help him out. It's all about whatever feud they're getting into next. It's going to be some surprise. You know who I would like to see return is a Will Ospreay. Imagine if he comes back, wipes out Ricochet. Who gives a shit about the belt? Just let him wipe him out. I think that's the way to go, because we need some Will Ospreay back. But there's not really.
I have a feeling we might get Will Ospreay back Sunday.
That would be great. Ricochet, I agree. No one likes Ricochet, son of a. He's
Because
driving everybody nuts.
because AEW is getting ready to put the all-in tickets on sale, and so it'd be a perfect time to bring him back.
Took the words right
So.
out of my mouth. Exactly. So I'm
And
excited to
challenge
see
for that
him
and
return.
challenge for the heavyweight title, whoever wins the match.
So I think Ricochet will probably get through this, but not really excited about it, sadly. This is not one that I'm like, yes, we need to see in the worst way, or it's gonna be tearing down the house. I think there will be some funny moments and fun stuff, but doesn't look great to me, and I'm not exactly ready to knock down the door to see what's going on here. So sadly, is what it is. I wish they announced more participants. I think that would have been the better idea. Granted, we have tonight to be interested in, and we get to see what happens then. We don't know every name yet, so it's going to be good to see who else they announce. But I think they really want to try and keep most of this a secret. So more than likely, that's what we're getting. Ricochet retains. It's not really anything we can predict till we know more of the actual names in this Blackjack Battle Royal. But let's start off with, we have down here Timeless Toni Storm, the one, the only. She's back and she's looking for vengeance. She's going to be taking on Marina. I'm the problem. You're the problem. Everybody is the problem. Shafir.
Yep.
Everybody, and I mean everybody, Liz, everybody
I know,
is banned from ringside. Everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah, we got to ban everybody. It's funny, no conglomeration, no Death Riders. The Death Riders were becoming face, then they weren't, and it's some incredibly strong stuff, Paul, that Jer Bear dropped off in a care package. 44% THC goes a long way with some, lovely strawberry coof. This is not fun. I like Toni Storm. I've never been 110% behind the gimmick or crazy about it, but she's still enjoyable. I've not been thrilled with her being involved with Orange Cassidy. It was funny for a little bit, but I feel like this really, she should be going for the women's titles, but not with Mina. She needs to find a legit, really believable, great in-ring competitor. Mina's more of a comedy angle. Imagine if Toni had somebody like Thekla, or you know what I mean, like someone in that line to go on a tear with the tag team titles. Because there's two options with Toni. She's either going for the main women's title, which is not a great idea for that to happen right now. We've got other things occurring with Statlander and the Spider Lady. So having Timeless Toni Storm and Marina, not the worst thing in the world here. I genuinely think that they could manage to do quite a few good things with this, and unfortunately, the women's title fight is getting the afterthought treatment. That's how it feels. I'm really hoping that we get Toni to win this and she gets away from being part of the intergender madness, and let's get her either with a nice, reliable tag partner, or let's get her going back for either the TBS title or the actual women's title. Because she should be like another Rhea. She should be the top of the company and really pushing those buttons. So who are you thinking in this one? Timeless Toni Storm, Marina Shafir, singles match. Who do you got and why?
I want to go, let's see. I'm going to go with Storm.
I agree. Toni Storm is probably the best answer here, and I don't know what else they can really do with this if they have Marina win. Like where do you go from there? I feel like you're just you're limiting yourself, really, and that's the unfortunate side. Like what do we get that would be worthwhile? I don't know. I really don't, and I hate to be like, oh, I don't know, but what's good right now that would be amazing to work with any of this? Sadly, it doesn't feel like that's the case of what we're getting. So Timeless Toni Storm goes on to win, and hopefully she gets to be in a new feud and gets away from everything they have planned with these guys. I mean, that's all of it. That's what I could say here.
Right?
I'm hopeful, but none of it seems like it's happening anytime soon. So I don't know. Timeless Toni Storm is going to win. We got the Don Callis family taking on Mistico and JetSpeed. So Kevin Knight and Speedball Mike Bailey teaming up with Mistico. This is for the AEW World Trios Championship. Again, I'm not a big Mistico fan. He's not bad, but I'm just not enamored by him. I'm not crazy with the AAA and CMLL involvements. Like, I like AAA being its own thing in WWE, and I like CMLL doing what it does. It's okay to have people come up every now and again, but I feel like there's just been a little bit too much lack of focus on AEW because they've been busy bringing up everybody else everywhere. Okada, Fletcher, Davis should be such a team to not be fucked with. Okada and Fletcher alone. I really would like to have seen, I know we're getting it with Moxley and Takeshita, but Takeshita being on that team, I think really would have been special, especially with him and Okada not getting along and Fletcher trying to be the head here. I imagine the Don Callis family's not going to win because they'll lose the belts. And it's going to be like a miscommunication thing. They can't manage to work together long
They
enough.
can't get along.
Yes, can they coexist? So I think Mistico and
Can they
JetSpeed win.
coexist?
What are you thinking?
I don't. I can't stand the Don Callis family, so they can lose. That's fine with me.
And Fletcher, Okada, and Davis holding these titles. I mean, Fletcher and Davis being back to tag champs really goes against everything that they were trying to really get away from. Jeremy said he called out Cody called out today, broken backside from last night. Yeah, I mean, he's on assignment and you should see what he went through. So it costs more to unlock the Rock in game than buying the game at full price. Yes, so unlocking, I don't have the Attitude Era edition, neither does Cody. So to unlock any of those things, it's extremely expensive. But if you want to go ahead and unlock champions, like you get the in-game currency when you play like 1,000 a match or whatever, it's ridiculously expensive. And in order for you to actually unlock anything, you either have to grind for years or spend money to hit the skips every time. So we'll be playing 2K shortly today. We'll be messing around with it.
I don't even have the game yet. And everybody's like, oh, are you going to get the 2K game? I'm like, I don't know. It's, it's like for the base game, it's $70. It's like,
it's almost 80 by the time you get tax out. And then
exactly
all the other stuff, if you wanted to get it early, and it's ridiculous.
As much as
edition isn't worth
and
it.
The whole thing is PC people can't play with PS5 people. It's not, they don't, it's like,
they have cross-platform, but console to console only, not to Steam, because they don't want to deal with any issues. And I'm going to have, everyone that visits is just going to be, anybody that comes over, I'm going to put you guys right in a controller and be like, start grinding. It's like, what, I came to smoke and say hi, and it's like, grind. And make everybody do it. Courtney's dad.
I mean, I play everything. I don't play a lot. I don't play games on the PC. I play them all on the PlayStation. So it's like,
Guess what? I've got controllers that'll connect to the PC, so I'm going to put you to work. You don't have to use mouse and keyboard. You're grinding. No, there are ways to have people play on my Steam locally, like you're sitting next to me, but really you're just streaming it. We have to learn what the frig we got to do to make that happen, because that's going to be incredible. But I agree, Gerald. Just get everybody to grind back. Yeah, what sense would it make for them to get the titles back? I don't know, because why would the Don Callis family hold on to them anyways? They should, Fletcher and Davis, they should be going on to other things. This all feels like a convoluted mess that doesn't need to be. So
it's a big mess.
And Statlander,
that's all it is. A giant mess.
Thekla and Statlander is one I'm looking forward to. I think Statlander loses again. Tekla's keeping the title here.
I'll go with that.
Statlander had the title, she lost it, and now they want to make the Spider Lady Thekla looks strong. I think that her keeping the title is the way to go here. It doesn't hurt Statlander to have on the third fall. Oh, now she comes up short. They're tied one apiece, and I think this will be it for their feud for a little while, or at least I hope. But at least there's some substance left. So Thekla retaining feels right. Then we've got Brody King and Swerve Strickland going head to head here. We saw obviously the turn that came recently with all of this, Swerve becoming a heel again.
Yep.
Brody King is in a very precarious position because every time he comes out to the arena, we're hearing chants of fuck over and over and over. Or should it be ice? You may buy it for PC today, Paul. Let me see if we can do any of those discount things too. Let me check into it because I know at one point there was like a recommendation thing where people can get referral discounts. I don't know if it's still active or not, but Cody does have the game coming on PlayStation 5. We got that for him. That's his 1 year anniversary and somewhere thank you extravaganza. So we'll be talking to him in a little bit. Yeah, Brody
See,
King.
Cody has a PS5. I got a PS5. We can play against each other.
Exactly. You'll be uploading content and seeing who's the real gamer in no time.
I mean, to be honest with you, I like doing the GM mode because I like I'm the one that I'm not very
You
good
wanna
at the
book it
actual
and-
gameplay of those games.
Yeah.
I'm more like, let's do matches.
Mm-hmm. But even that is super in depth. They have the GM mode that's really quite cool. Then they also have the universe mode. They have the whichever one with all the cards and stuff. I don't touch that, like my generation.
I don't do that either.
Yeah, that's not for me. And obviously they have the whole universe creation suite. They've got the CM Punk showcase. They've got the actual like My Rise mode where you start off, and this year it's still gay demon Jake DeMarco coming through. He's a very big demonic presence that's very, very, very
Yeah,
gay.
I
but very
haven't.
evil.
I haven't. I got the 2K25 one, the WWE 2K25. I never really messed with creating a
No,
wrestler because last time I tried to do one of those, it took
good.
forever.
Yeah.
So
26 has a ton of updates, a ton of things that they've changed. And I know like, they added some match types. Big whoop. We've had Inferno matches before. We've had dumpster matches. It's not like they're adding anything that hasn't already existed somewhere. Is it cool? But yeah, but it's a novelty. It's not going to be the reason why people are playing the game at the end of the day. People aren't going to be going nuts because there's an Inferno match in it. But still, there's a lot of good and a lot of good changes, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna have my review out Friday. We'll be playing it later on today. That's for certain. It doesn't look like the referral thing is still there. It was like 10% off if you refer. I think that was only for pre-orders. Store page. Let's find out. Damn you, Steam. We did have the referral thing at some point in time, but it doesn't look like that is still the case. Yeah, pre-purchase WWE 2K26 Standard Edition bundle for $70. Advanced access with the Monday Night War edition is $150, and the King of Kings edition that I upgraded to is $100.
Time to play the game!
on the phone game.
Ridiculous. Yeah. That's really insane for them to charge
Yeah, it's
that
kind of
much.
crazy how much video games are because my most recent purchase was for the game I'm playing right now on stream, and it's like you have the regular edition game, which comes with nothing extra. Then you have the
Mhm.
deluxe edition, which comes with a little bit extra. Then you have the ultimate edition, which comes with everything.
Yeah.
So, you know,
And it's sad that you should have to worry about additions and all of these different parameters when it should just be the game. And, they did it before because, if you buy it at GameStop, you get Joe Hendry. And if you buy it at Walmart, you get old school Triple H. But now, the Triple H pack, it comes with different versions of Triple H. Ooh, whoopie doo. And you get access to the Ringside pack for AAA. All right, but it's not like, a must-have reason. And then locking nostalgia behind an absorbently high price point is disgusting. So, again, I'm not outright thrilled with it. Had 2K not put it forward, that's definitely something I'm going to be talking about in the review, is the cost and how much they've monetized and added these microtransactions. And they're no longer micro, they're just outright transactional. So I think Brody King is losing to Swerve Strickland. That's my hot take. Swerve is going to be beating Brody because Swerve just turned heel and he's going to cheat to get it done.
Yeah!
I could definitely see Brody losing to Swerve.
Sadly. And as I said before, he's in a precarious situation anyways with the F ice chants that happen over and over and over again. They allowed themselves to be put in this scenario when they should have just kept politics out of it altogether, no matter what your feelings are. That's not the point here. The point is they shouldn't have brought it into wrestling because you have sponsors, advertisers, fans. Whether you're for it or against it is not the point. It's the point that it's affecting the character, the wrestling, the advertisers, all of it, and it shouldn't have happened. So now it sucks that Brody goes from a title match to getting his ass kicked. King of Kings. Then we go ahead and we get Andrade with his Ladies of the Nights on the outside, taking on Bandido. Oh, boy.
Bang.
Yeah, Bandido having the title and doing all he did for a while. It was great, but now, the 20-gun toe salute, whatever you want to call it, I'm kind of done with Bandido. I think Andrade is the new, top dog of the moment, the new hot seller. I think we're going to see Andrade get the victory here. He's going to, again, cheat to win, but that's what they do a lot. So
the Don Callis family does. They cheat.
They'll all get screwdrivers. Who do you think's winning? The Andrade Callis family?
Probably, I would say an Andrade.
It's sad, but true. Then we're getting, as we mentioned earlier, John Sober Moxley taking on Takeshita. Moxley in a no time limit match because it's ended with time draw recently for the Continental Championship. These two have had some battles already. I think Takeshita's beating Moxley. Again, they cheat. And on top of it, the way they presented Takeshita, he should have been a all white meat babyface, Asian or not, all yellow babyface. You get the point. He should be out there and he should be the shit. No, not that kind, like the literal shit. He should be awesome and just a really beloved fan favorite. And I know they wanted to make him a heel for so long, but you've had this slow burn with him where the fans are like, that's our guy. We like him. He's really good at wrestling. And unfortunately, whether it be his ties to New Japan or Noah or other things they have in the pipeline for him, it seems to hinder his ability to get over in AEW because whatever's going on there keeps him from having any development or character change on the state side. Unfortunate, but I think Moxley's losing the title here. There's no time limit, and I think that's what they're going for. Takeshita's going to beat Moxley. Moxley can look okay in defeat. Takeshita needs the win.
Yep, he needs to win. I'm going with him as well.
Yeah, too many belts as is, so Moxley.
Yep, Takeshita needs to win, and he needs to get out of he needs to leave the Callis family for real.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Then we've got FTR.
I mean, it's obviously Okada doesn't like him, so it's like,
Okada doesn't like him. Fletcher's indifferent, but still, Davis, was busy with his own tag thing until obviously the injuries and all that, the way it went down. But it's like no one can really coexist with Takeshita or Okada. They've battled each other head to head forever. It always felt like, it'll be a battle of, each of their titles. We'll see the Continental take on the International, but that's not what we got. It would be nice, though, to see the Continental Champion, Takeshita, winning the belt from Moxley to go on and defend it, finally, against Okada, the former greatest champion.
Yeah.
You could do that at All In. It's not that far away. If not sooner, Double or Nothing, I'd prefer, but it could happen. Yeah, the Young Bucks and FTR match, we've seen it. We've seen it so many times. It's not exciting. And especially with FTR being heels, they're great heels, but They're very atypical. Like what they do is what you get, and you get that every time. They're gonna cut off the ring. They're gonna everything that you see from a heel tag team, and at the top of their game, no doubt. But that's what you're gonna get consistently, time and time again. You're going to get them healing it up with Stokely. The Young Bucks trying to be fan favorites, even though they feel like natural heels, right? Don't they feel like they
Yeah.
should be the heels? The Elite stuff has been marred with controversy since everything happened with Punk. A little bit before that, it started to go downhill, and the Elite, the cracks were showing. Punk exposed it, and then from there, it never recovered. Instead of showing
Right.
them as the bad guys, as the audience saw them and going with it, which they did much, much later on, at first they had the best of 7 series. They introduced the trios titles, and they're like, la,
Yeah.
la, 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 we're good guys. We don't hear you. So for months and months and months, they took on the Death Triangle, the best of 7, everything to try and, defy the odds and spit in the face of, we're not changing. We're not becoming heels, just for them eventually to become heels. They turn on Kenny. Kenny gets the fuck out of there. Like eh, now they're back together. So they've turned on each other and worked together and turned on each other and worked together. It's the Big Show level of heel turns and face turns. And
Mhm.
it's the Young Bucks, like the evil Krusty doll, just have a switch on the back of them. Heel face, and it depends on, good. It was set to evil. Oh, it was set to good, and we got to turn them back to heel. They're better as heels, but even then, they're very uninteresting because it's all stale. They've done the same since FTR entered the company. It's basically they emptied their gas tank pretty quick. They had some amazing matches and stories, but most of it was with the Briscoes or FTR and Bullet Club Gold. With
Yeah.
Jay White and Juice Robinson. I mean, talk about people doing nothing now. I thought they were going to be some of the best tag teams ever, and they had the best match in Collision history, and then never follow up on it ever. That's it, done for. Everything that the FTR is very self-centered and convoluted in a real way, not in a storytelling, aspirational way. Like it's legitimate. They feel like tag team wrestling is underlooked, and they're the gift to the tag division. And because of that, like just legitimately, they feel this way. Like tag team wrestling, no, is not looked at an even level like it could be, like it once was with the Midnight Express and the Road Warrior
Right.
pops.
Yeah.
Tag team wrestling could be up there, but they're, like I said, they're very convoluted in the sense of like the Revival. Where did FTR come from? Fuck the Revival. It was from the Young Bucks. We've had this
Right.
feud going on for over a decade at this point. What did you do to make it interesting here? What did you do to inject some bit of memorable anarchy? There's nothing. It's just more of the same. And my point is, yes, FTR was not initially in AEW, but they showed up not long afterwards. But if you look up and down the card, MJF is still, they started to develop him more. Then they turned him face and it got muddy and they messed up a lot in 2024. He's our scumbag, and now people don't want to boo him because you made him our scumbag without changing him at all. Same thing with
Right.
the Roman stuff. You're
Yep.
bringing it out of me, Liz, and that's what's really upsetting is that here we have MJF being the exact same as when 2019 Dynamite began. You know who else is the
Mhm.
same? Hangman Adam Page. You know who else is
Yep.
the same? The Young Bucks. And John
Uh-huh.
Moxley the face, and the Young Bucks the face, and so on and so forth. A lot of the people that we had at that point in time have not changed at all. And you could say that about WWE, but at least we've gotten some progression. Some things have gone forward. Not everything, but at least
Yeah.
Cody finished his story. Now you could say, all right, he's in a lull. He doesn't have anybody to go up against, and but he does. He has a ton of stories they've just not touched on. They've done the same
Right.
thing with Drew for 6 months, but it's there. Same thing with AEW. There's a lot of angles and stories and matches, that they ignore because they want that dream match. Oh, we gotta have the dream match. We need Moxley and Takeshita. Not that that's obviously it's gonna be a great match, but of all the things they could be building, it's not.
Right? Yeah.
And that's what's so disappointing here. So I don't see the Young Bucks winning. I think FTR
No.
retains, and we again overlook the Elite. Thanks for nothing. Do not pass go. Do not
Yeah,
collect
I think
$200.
FTR is going to win. And I'm waiting. I'm still waiting for Edge and Christian to come back and do something. Hello.
You nailed it. So we saw them come, and they came. They came, they saw, they conquered, and oh wait, no, they didn't. They just returned, and then Cope was like, I gotta leave and do some stuff. You stay here, Christian, and we'll figure
Edge,
it out
I think Edge had to leave. Edge had to go off and do whatever TV show he's in.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
He had to
film
go do
some
that.
stuff, bang my wife, and not wrestle. See ya. And that's what it turned into. It was like, then
Pretty
why
much.
did you come back in Toronto besides to sell tickets? You know, Spaz was there in person. It was not the Dome, funny enough, but it was.
But, you know,
Toronto.
up in Toronto.
Mm-hmm. And I
But see,
really
the thing
thought,
is,
Yo, we clutched up in Toronto.
the whole
Yeah.
thing was, it's like FTR took out Beth. They did that. They did that thing to Beth, and I was just like, okay, when are you coming back to get your revenge?
yeah, it's a great point. You know, they had to beat the snot out of his wife. And, you know, if they had done that to my wife, if they had brutalized her the way they did to Beth Phoenix, I would buy them breakfast and send them, don't throw stuff, I'm kidding. And, you know, but seriously, you know, she got her ass kicked, and a lot of this shouldn't have happened, and it should have been, how do you not avenge your wife? How do you not,
Exactly.
and how do you not, you know, fight back? But hey, I don't have time for that. Forget it. She's
Everybody
not
was
worth it.
excited to have him back as a tag team, and I was excited to see him back as a tag team, and I was like, and y'all are just gonna leave it like that? Hello?
I would legitimately run into a burning building so my wife wouldn't have a bad hair day, like hyperbolic as it sounds. And here, she gets destroyed, and your guys are like, meh. And even Christian's supposed to be like a brother to her and family. That's the uncle to your kids. And he was like, we're going to come back in Toronto, and then
Yo, we clutched up in Toronto.
that's enough, right? Obviously, they're making their way back, and they're going to get the tag titles. And once they get the tag titles, they're going to retire, supposedly. Let it happen. Edge is retired 19 times now, some by force, some, you know, by hook or by crook. He's been made to. He's had his chance. He's had amazing send-offs with WWE. You know, him and Sheamus had that great match in Toronto yet again.
Yo, we clutched up in Toronto.
How much more do you need?
I'm just glad I got
beginning
to
to
see
feel
Edge
selfish.
wrestle a couple of years ago in person. So
Yeah.
you know,
Great thing that you lucked out.
you know, it's kind of
because
funny.
It almost couldn't have
It's
happened.
kind of funny now that I think about it. Is the night I saw Edge wrestle, in person, and then it was what was that? Was that 2023? Yeah, 2023. 3 years
Yes, I
ago now.
believe.
So yeah, he wrestled on SmackDown. I got to see that, and then 2024, I went up to Knoxville and saw it was AJ Styles, AJ Styles versus Edge versus Rey Mysterio versus. So it was when they were trying to determine the number one contender for the title. So
Yeah, exactly. That's why you and I, with the good discussion, it's like, damn, so close yet so far. They started to do something with him, and that's like the epitomization of AEW. They started to. They were on the way. They had a
you
chance.
know, the whole thing with AJ, it's like, I was like, come on, man.
We were right there. Right there. And AJ Styles, as much as I don't want to see him leave WWE for retirement building, there's a lot of matches in AEW I would have liked to have seen happen. He's still healthy.
Oh,
he
you
can
have
still
no idea
go.
what I'd like to see. Oh, I want to see. I was like, oh, we could do Kenny Omega versus AJ Styles.
Damn straight. There were so many names and so many
Will Ospreay
opportunities.
versus AJ Styles.
Will Ospreay was a big one. Even just him and Moxley to go, and, you know, it's like, damn, run that down. That's something we missed out on for a bit. We had them in SmackDown times. That would
Yep.
be a fun. He's no longer Dean Ambrose. Now, he never got to face Moxley. So up and down. Think about him and Swerve Strickland.
Oh yeah.
Damn. I know AJ had to retire and his neck was bothering him. And there's so many people that I'm saying selfishly I would have liked to have seen.
Well,
it,
yeah,
certainly.
yeah. The whole thing is AJ was kind of smart. He was like, he could have kept going, and then he could have ended up like Bryan Danielson
and Edge and so many others. Yeah, especially Bryan at this point. Bryan is in severe agony. He can't make most of the travels. And the doctor begged and warned him and pleaded with him, apparently, to not do certain things that he did. And now he is due for multiple surgeries. He's dealing with a plethora
and then of course you got Kevin. Then of course you got Kevin Owens, who we don't know what his status is.
No, and knowing that Kevin's neck was bad, and then going back and rewatching the Royal Rumble ladder match, so brutal.
I'm surprised. I was surprised that didn't make it worse, but I mean, apparently it didn't.
Allegedly, it didn't. How it could not have, I don't have the ability to fathom.
I don't understand how that could not, but
I mean, I think.
But apparently, he's supposed to get reevaluated in the summer, so I guess we'll find out then.
We'll see. Is AJ a bum? Hell no. AJ's always been great, and what really made AJ stand above the rest was who he was in comparatively working with, but who he was being shoved next to, and the Hogans and Flairs and all of that. They couldn't.
It's kind of funny. I've actually been to AJ Styles' hometown.
Yeah, right. Adam Cole.
I actually have been in Gainesville, Georgia, and it's just like, hey, AJ Styles lives here, and that's for real. And of course, Cody lives. And Cody lives in Atlanta. I don't know exactly where in Atlanta he lives.
Yeah.
But I know where he lives.
He
lives in the Richie Rich area of Atlanta.
Oh, no doubt about it. We've got Harrison Ford not far from here, and his house is incredibly massive.
The last time I was in Atlanta, which was not this past time, but the time before last, when we were in Atlanta, we actually drove by Cody's wrestling school.
Really?
So yeah,
that's crazy as is too. You figure his wrestling school has quite the legacy and lineage beyond it now too. So interesting to see what we get. Now it's a better volume.
But I think actually Cody lives in Marietta, Georgia, which is like literally you could call that Atlanta as well. But I think that's where he has a house.
Yeah,
is in Marietta.
There's quite a few. So last but not least, of course, MJF, Hangman Adam Page. They've gone in the most convoluted way possible, from coin tosses onwards, to decide what this match will be. If Hangman Adam Page loses, he's pulling the Cody Rhodes. He will never be able to challenge.
Cody Rhodes again. He's pulling that Cody Rhodes thing.
What do you think about this stipulation? I hate it when they do this. WWE, AEW, anywhere. I don't mind if I can never challenge MJF as champion again. Fine. But saying I can never challenge for the AEW World Championship ever again. As a babyface, you're sticking to it.
I don't know how that's going to. I don't know. I mean, it's like Cody did it, and he never did. But are you going to do the same thing with Page? I mean,
yeah, Cody lost, and all people could do was try to find a way for him to get out of it. Literally,
exactly.
They did everything under the sun, trying to figure out a way for him to not have to stick to the stipulation.
And the thing is, MJF's never been in a Texas death match, as far as I know.
And I mean,
I don't know.
Yeah, it's really upsetting, and it didn't need to be a stipulation. It didn't need to be involved. It didn't need to be added to anything. It didn't help anything. It didn't make it more interesting. It didn't make it more fun. It just nothing. It absolutely did nothing. And that's what kills me. I genuinely hate that, this is basically what it's come down to, is we have to make these grandiose, gigantic, and pointless stipulations to add story into a feud or bout because we have no other way to present it besides, hey, look at us. We can never do this again, right? Come on. Eh, It feels ridiculous, and it feels really unfortunate that that's what we're getting. That's the big to do here. That's
Yeah.
what pays off. He can never challenge for the title again. Okay, so he loses here. Doesn't matter who's champion going forward. Now he can never challenge for the title. So what? He's got to be a heel and lie. So then no stipulation ever matters ever again. Is that basically what's going on?
I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah. It's just infuriating that that's what they're going for. I don't know. Does anybody feel like this is a good idea? Chat, Liz. Honestly, I feel like
No.
this is a piss poor,
I mean,
terrible
if
idea.
you wanted, I mean, you didn't have to do the I'm not going to challenge thing. You could have just done the Texas Death Match and that's it.
That should have been it, and that should have been everything. I just don't get why they're going for this stipulation. What do we get out of this? What leads to anything good with now Hangman, one of your main title contenders, can't challenge for the belt? Because at Revolution, you need that much more of a story. Who's going to remember that it happened at Revolution? Or it's just going to be, oh, remember that Cody, when did Cody, he challenged what, Jericho? And that's because it was so early on in his first defense. Was that smart? Of course not.
No.
We knew that, and Family Feud agrees. It's just ridiculous that
I don't know.
this is what
I
we're
don't
being
know how
forced
this.
into.
I don't know how this match is going to go. I don't know if they're going to have Hangman win.
I think Hangman is losing, and they're going to do some convoluted, stupid idea even more than this, like even more convoluted than what we got here, because we had to add a hat and a hat and a hat and a hat. We had to keep going.
Well, I'd say one thing. Here's the way MJF's probably going to win because it's MJF. He'll find a way to win, and then you'll hear as soon as they announce him the winner, you'll Osprey's music come up, and here comes Osprey out, and he's going to challenge MJF. He's going to be the one to win that title from MJF.
Yeah, possibly, and it's elaborate, but not in a positive. It's not like this intricate web that we fall from here. You had a coin toss. You had it's not that complicated. Nothing involved here is blowing our socks
You had a coin
off.
toss, and then he used a trick coin. It's like,
and you can trust. You can clearly trust MJF. So them doing this stuff. Come on, like
nah.
They knew better. I seriously think. Go figure. We're getting MJF to win. LA Knight is going to be the one that's revealed driving the ambulance still, and he's going to pull up. He's going to put Hangman in the ambulance and drive him to Monday Night Raw and take Hangman away from AEW. Not even that I want Hangman there. It's just he's going to be in an ambulance, and who else to grab him but LA Knight? Yeah! Since we haven't seen him, he's probably still driving around trying to earn money as an ambulance driver. Right? Yeah. I mean, I picture him just out there going from spot to spot. I got to get this son of a bitch CPR. Yeah. That's my guess, though. I think, again, going to say the word of the day, convoluted as fuck, but true. MJF is going to retain, win, and Hangman can no longer challenge for the title.
Yep,
Yeah, I know LA
that's the
Knight
way
was
I
on
see
Raw, but
it.
I'm saying, what do they do with him? He
I'm
gets
just
nothing.
kind of like, I still think Osprey's going to make an appearance somehow.
Yeah, Osprey's got to come and show up on this show. Maybe Osprey inadvertently cost Hangman, and now Hangman can't challenge MJF anymore at all for the title, and that leads to a feud between, again, Osprey and Hangman. But who wants to see that repeated? We just got that last year when they were going to see who would face Moxley. So
yeah, I don't want to see that again. I mean,
no,
it's just
it feels like we're getting a lot of repeats and a lot of been there, done that when they have. But
see, the whole thing is, I want to see. The thing is, Osprey wants to win that title. He can do it at All In his home country against MJF.
Yeah, make it worthwhile, make it feel special. You know, if this is going to be a big plan, you know, make it go off with a huge bang, and him getting that title then that's
having Osprey come back after he's been out,
win the belt.
Been gone for, let's see, he's been gone when, since August? Was it August last year when he went out?
Yes, I know. I want to say August, at least in that realm, because it wasn't long after their All In show. So we've seen it happen a few times. And I think it's Jeremy. Hey, what's going on, Jer? Glad to have you here. See if we can hear us loud and clear. But regardless, yeah, I'm I don't think it's working for him, but I'm stuck on MJF wins here. MJF wins, he gets it. Hangman's screwed. Robot Jeremy, indeed, Nate. But yeah, it was August. Nate confirms.
Yeah, it was August. Okay, I thought it was August.
That was the plan. So damn.
But yeah, the whole thing is, it's like the last few weeks they've been showing all these Osprey like little things, and I'm just kind of like going, "Are you teasing me? Don't tease me."
Yes, indeed. Don't screw me over, just like they're doing the Jericho stuff on WWE. It's like, are we getting it or no? We've heard so many mixed things.
Exactly. It's like, are we getting it or are we not getting it? That's the question.
Let me know. I don't want to be teased anymore. I like some.
I mean,
surprises
it's just
and
like
teases,
it's just like let's see. Well, the TNA show I went to, they showed that Ricky Sosa guy who made his North American debut. I was like, who the heck is Ricky Sosa guy? I had to look him up before I even went to the show. I was like, oh, he's pretty good. Okay, I gotcha.
Now you know. But these are the people that should be built up, could be built, and aren't. And that's the unfortunate.
And good old BDE and Ali, that match was crazy. That was a pretty good little match. Ali won, obviously.
Love me some Mustafa Ali, but I'm so glad that you were able to meet Santana. Got to see the Hardys live in person.
Santana's pretty cool. It's kind of funny because he was the last one to get to his autograph. He was the last one on the show, and he was the last one to do his thing on the show. And then, of course, he's the last one to his autograph table, and he's taking a sweet ass time getting there. Yeah. And then he gets stopped on his way up to the table by everybody that wants to get a picture with him. So it's like,
and he's so nice, he's gonna, all right.
Yeah, he's gonna do it anyways.
He's gonna do it.
So so he gets to the table and all that stuff. So he was pretty cool dude. So
No, I'll take.
And I look down, I see Jeff and Matt Hardy down the way, and I'm like, yep, there they are, way down there.
Float like retribution, sting like a Muslim. I'll take Mustafa Ali over Muhammad Ali any day. Sorry, that's just me.
And there was this little girl and her mom, and she was walking back. They're exiting the arena, and the little girl's just all in tears and all excited. I was like, I know who she got. She met the Hardys.
Yeah, you knew it. She walked away with a brand new spiritual life experience, walking away from them.
She was all excited and all just like, I can't believe I got to meet them.
We knew. How could you not be enamored meeting them? They're legends. Oh my God. Wrestling royalty. Say that.
And the whole thing is, it's just like, they have those TNA tag team titles, and I'm just kind of like, can you all just lose those and come to WWE, please? Please, and thank you.
Could you just make it happen? If only.
Make it happen.
I'm glad you got to see TNA. Thank you for previewing AEW Revolution.
No problem,
man. We've got some WWE 2K gameplay coming up in just a couple hours around 2 Eastern. We should be live again for that. And then we'll be talking to Spaz at 6 tonight. The State of Wrestling will be there, and that
I'll be streaming. I'll be streaming tonight, hopefully, if the weather lets me.
Yes, you just need to be allowed. So we'll be live at pretty much when you're close to done wrapping up, but you'll be live still at Twitch.
Oh, I'll be going till about midnight. I usually stream. I'll usually stream from 8 o'clock till about midnight.
Yes, tell the people where they can find you over on.
All right, guys, you can find me on Twitch at DJ Anime 2016. You can find me on Twitter, same thing. YouTube under the same name as well. So give me a follow. Love to see you.
Absolutely. And we appreciate you being here, no doubt about it.
Oh, and yeah, you can eat. And yes, eating is allowed on my Twitch channel, by the way.
Yes, you allow the eating. So tell the group that it's allowed on your side. Paul's saying no eat, but you're allowing it. Yes,
also, indeed. I got a lot of people in my chat that actually like wrestling as well. So
yeah. So you got that, you got gaming, all of it. So you got a great community over there.
We got a little thing. We always talk a little wrestling on the stream every once in a while. It gets brought up. So
absolutely. And like I said, we have some more gaming stuff coming up, and we're gonna have fun doing the community stuff with 2K. You can follow me on Twitter at Countdown Ended for show updates and all that jazz, behind the scenes info. And we're also going to be playing some games tomorrow night with UCR. We've got a lot of Wheel and other trivia games to make up for.
The Wheel!
The Wheel! And at least we
Cody's
can make fun
favorite
of the Mets.
game.
And he loves it. That and the Murder Mystery is 2 favorites. He can't get enough.
Oh, and happy anniversary to Cody, by the way.
Right? I'm sure he'll appreciate hearing that. Thank you so very much. I know he's
even though we butt heads when it comes to the baseball teams, it's like still happy anniversary.
Absolutely. Well, I know he'll appreciate that. Thank you so much for all the support. We're going to be busting Cody's stones tonight, giving him his second performance review. I don't know, but we're going to be going over some highlights.
Another performance review for Cody.
All right, tell us what your favorite Cody memories are, if any. And let us know what you think of Revolution. What's going to happen? Comment down below. What match are you looking forward to the most, and what your predictions are. We'll see you all again shortly. We'll be live a bunch today and tonight with Into Somewhere Weekly. So until then, I can't say it enough. Thank you all so much for helping us just tick down those subscriber goals piece by piece. And until then, we'll see you all shortly. Stay sexy, and we'll catch you in a few.
Jack on the mic, Liz in the chair. Into somewhere, we taking you there. Ayy, dynamite, Liz make the trip. Kimmy walk wrong flies like she wet too crap. Betty King stunt handshake, real as it gets. Moxley's theme, still time to reset. Chance in the crowd, the pyro ignite.